Good morning, Algebra 1. So today we are starting our probability and statistics unit, or data and statistics. And today we're going to focus on statistics, specifically mean, median, mode, and range. These are all things you've probably seen before, but we're going to do a little refresher on them today. So statistics is a bunch of numerical values, meaning numbers, used to summarize and compare sets of data. So we have these things, we call them the measures of central tendencies, and they're numbers used to represent the center or the middle of our data sets. And those are the mean, median, and mode. So mean is the average of the values or numbers. And to find that, we add them all up so we get the sum, and then we divide it by the total number of numbers. So if I have 10 numbers I added together, the sum of those would go on top and 10 would go on the bottom. The median is the middle value. But in order to find the median correctly, our numbers need to be in order from smallest to largest. And the last one is mode, or modes. You can have more than one mode, and that is the most common value. Or values, because you could have more than one mode. The last thing we look at is the range, which is a measure of dispersion, meaning how spread out is my data. So it's a statistic that tells you how spread out the data values are. Range is just the largest number minus the smallest number. I'll give you a second to write those down if you need, and then we're going to do some examples. If you do not have a calculator, you're going to want to grab one for this today. Need my calculator up. All right. So example 1, or all of these examples, we're finding the mean, median, mode, and range. The first thing I'm always going to do is I'm going to list my numbers from smallest to largest. So my smallest number appears to be 82 right here. That's my smallest. So I'm going to start with 82, and then I'm going to find my bigger values. So 82, and I usually cross them out as I go to keep track. So it doesn't look like I have an 83, 84, 85, but I do have one 86 here, and I have another 86. Down here, I do have an 87, and I have 1, 2, 3 88s. Then I have 89. And another 89. And I have 1, 2, 3 90s. A 91. Oops, I'm running out of room. And a 92. All right, we got a lot of numbers here. So our median is what I would probably find next using this list of numbers. Remember, the median is our middle number. So to do that, what I'm essentially doing is crossing these out. So I'm crossing them out the same amount on each side. And I'm left with these two numbers in the middle. When you have more than one number in the middle, you find the middle of those two numbers. So you might know the middle of those is 88.5, but if you don't, you're just going to do 88 plus 89 divided by 2, and that will give you your 88.5. The mean is the average, so to calculate the mean, we have to add all of these numbers together, and then we divide by how many values there are. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're going to divide by 14, but we have to add all these numbers together in order to get the sum. So in your calculator, you're going to add all of these. So 82 plus 86 plus 86 plus 87 plus 88 plus 88 plus 88 plus 89 plus 89 plus 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus 91 plus 92. I'm going to make sure I have 14 numbers there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That means I didn't miss any of them. All right, and the sum of that is 1,236. So then using my calculator, I'm going to divide that by 14. And that gives me 88.2857. We're going to round to one decimal place. So I'm going to round that 2 to a 3. So that means my mean is 88.3. All right, my mode is my most common number. Looks like I have 3 88s, but I also have 3 90s. So that means that my mode is both 88 and 90. And my range is my smallest number, or my largest number, minus my smallest number. So my largest was 92 and my smallest was 82, which gives me 10. So my range is 10. Feel free to pause this along the way if I'm going too quick. I'm going to move on to the next problem. All right, same idea with this one. We got to get these numbers in order from smallest to largest. So I'm going to start with 7. Then 10. I have 2 16s. 20. A 24 will be my next biggest number. And it looks like I have 3 25s. 28 would be next. I have 1 30, 2 31s, 2 33s, and a 45. I keep running out of room. I'm writing my numbers way too big. All right, so to find, I'm going to wait and do the median after because I don't want to cross out all my numbers quite yet. To find the mean, remember we're adding up all those numbers and dividing by how many numbers we have total. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 numbers in all. So we're dividing by 16. But we need to add all these up in our calculator. So I'm going to switch to there. So I have 7 plus 10 plus 16 plus 16 plus 20 plus 24 plus 25 3 times plus 28 plus 30 plus 31 plus 31, plus 33, plus 33, plus 45. And I'm going to make sure I have 16 numbers so I didn't miss any. And I do have 16, so I can hit enter. And I got that the sum of those was 399. So now I just have to divide that by 16 because I have 16 total numbers. And that gives me 24.93, so we're going to call that 24.9. All right, next is the median. That is my middle value. So to find my median, I'm going to cross these off, one on each side. And I end up with two 25s in the middle. If it's the same number in the middle, your median is just 25. Again, you can also do 25 plus 25 divided by 2, and you would get 25. Our mode, it looks like the most common number we have is 25. We have 25 listed there 3 times. And our range is the largest number, 45, minus the smallest number, which is 7. So 45 minus 7 gives us 38. And when you're ready, you can flip to the back. All right, on the back this time we have less numbers, which is nice. Again, we're going to list these from smallest to largest. So my smallest number appears to be 72. My next smallest is 78. Then 80, 82, 84, 87, 90, 95, and 98. Again, to find my mean, I'm going to add those all up and divide by how many numbers are there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 numbers, so I'm dividing by 9. And then I'm going to use my calculator to find the sum of them. So I have 72 plus 78 plus 80 plus 82 plus 84 plus 87 plus 90 plus 95 plus 98. And I do have all 9 terms there. I counted. I have 9 numbers. So the sum of all of them is 766. And then I'm going to divide 766 by 9. And that gives me 85.1 as my mean. My median is my middle number. So to find that, I'm going to cross off 1 on either end until I find the middle. And there is my middle. It is 84. For my mode, that's the number we see the most often. Currently, every number is only listed 1 time. So that actually means I don't have a mode. And for my range, the biggest number is 98. The smallest is 72. So 98 minus 72 gives me 26. All right, I would like you to try this last one. I'm going to give you about 4 to 5 minutes to do it, and then I will go through the problem. All right, I'm gonna get these numbers in order. That is the first step to finding all these values. So putting them in order from smallest to largest. So my smallest number is 244. Then I have 378. Looks like 520. 575. 618. 702 and 794. I'm going to find the mean of all of these numbers by adding them together and dividing by how many numbers are there. It looks like I might have 7 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 on the bottom, and then I'm going to use my calculator to find that sum. So 244 plus 378 plus 520 plus 575 plus 618 plus 702 plus 794. That gives me 3,831. And then I'm going to divide that by 7 to actually get my mean, which is 547.3. All right, next I'm going to find my median by finding my middle value. That's what our median is. And that would be 575. My mode is the most common number. There is no most common number, so my mode does not exist. There is none. And my range is my largest number, which is 794, minus my smallest, which is 244. So 794 minus 244 gives me 550. All right, that is it. When you are done, show your notes to the sub and they will give you your homework.